What's up, everybody? Chicago Show Off here. I'm back for another episode of Shootin' for Real. Now, today on the episode, I'm going to talk about one of the greatest general managers and businessmen of all time, and that is Eric Bischoff. Some of y'all might not like him, some of y'all might love him, some of y'all might be like, who the fuck is Eric Bischoff? Which is kind of sad. Eric Bischoff is one of the most controversial and unpredictable men in the history of WWE and pro wrestling as a whole. And I love this man to death. I really miss him. I wish he would come back and fucking help the WWE, because I guarantee he could turn the WWE back around to what it was back in the Ruthless Aggression era and all that shit. Oh, excuse me. For some of y'all who don't know who Eric Bischoff is, Eric Bischoff got to start basically being a fucking announcer and shit. He was an announcer. He was a fucking owner of WCW. He was a commentator. He worked his way up that proverbial business chain and fucking made him into the great fucking businessman that he is today. He was the owner of WCW during the Monday Night Wars when he took it to Vince McMahon. He was the only person in history to take it straight to Vince McMahon and challenge him. And I believe if Eric Bischoff and Ted Turner and WCW hadn't challenged Vince, I very well am not for sure if we would have even had an Attitude Era if it wasn't for that. Most people say, oh, he would have changed eventually. Yeah, but it would have been too little too late. I think if Vince could have had it, he would have had the whole, the wrestling business as the whole eat your vitamins and say your prayers kind of deal. I mean, that's why I don't like the PG era, because wrestling is a violent sport. It's meant to be TV-14, not meant to be for children under the ages of 16, 15 years old, really. I mean, that's the way it should be. But enough about that. Eric Bischoff brought to the table some of the greatest moments in WWE, some of the greatest moments in wrestling history. He's cussed out Vince McMahon. He's talked shit about Vince on ECW. He's almost literally came very close to driving him out of business. And back in 2002, I think it was, when Vince McMahon came out and said, we're going to shake things up around here. We need a new general manager to take order of this place. And as soon as he announced, I give you the new general manager of Raw. His name is Eric Bischoff. And you was like, holy shit. Because when he announced him, he's like, it takes a real son of a bitch to be successful. So from one son of a bitch to another, I give you your new general manager, Eric Bischoff. And the fans were going crazy. JR was like, are you kidding me? I watched this man with Deshaun Bischoff at the announce table, and he's going to do this? And all the superstars in the back was like going crazy. They didn't know what to think. And when he came out and made his promo, he's like, I was the only one ever to take it to Vince McMahon. I was the only one to make him... I was the one that made Vince McMahon change the way he did business so he could keep up with me. And now that I'm here to put the E in WWE, meaning entertainment. And he very well did that and then some. He's created some great matches. He's invented a brutal match. He has made things so unpredictable and controversial. You loved tuning in every day to either see what he was going to do next, to see he can get his ass kicked, to see him get fired, something. No matter what he did, whether you liked him or you hated, you watched it and wanted to see what was going to happen next. I can give you some of the great moments that he's done that I thought was amazing. Him coming up with the idea of the Elimination Chamber match. Unbelievable. Great concept. Raw roulette. Spin the wheel. Choose your match. He came up with all that. He made WWE unpredictable, and you didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. And that's what I absolutely loved about Eric Bischoff. And he wrote a book, Controversy Creates Cash. I'm trying to get it. If you haven't read it, go read it, because I guarantee it's going to be one of the best books you ever read. It talks about, in detail, what really happened during the Monday Night Wars and stuff, and plenty of other stuff. He is a great writer and a businessman, and I really hope he comes back to WWE and shakes things up, because I guarantee you, if anybody can do it, it's him. If we have him, Paul Heyman, and Zeb Coulter, I guarantee WWE will turn completely around. I guarantee you he can talk people into fucking changing it from PG-13 back to TV-14. I guarantee you. I mean, it's time for a change. I mean, really. And what better person to bring change than the man who orchestrated change and made things unpredictable and challenged Vince to what it was? Eric Bischoff. Most people say, oh, he sucked. He didn't really do all the stuff that he did. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Man, fuck you. Why don't you go behind the scenes, do some research, and read shit? You'll realize Eric Bischoff is a lot with the businessman. He helped get things on the map on the WWE. I mean, things was already on the map. He helped make WWE more edgier, more unpredictable, more controversial. When Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music, Triple H, and won the World Heavyweight title in his hometown, Bischoff counted 1, 2, 3. And next thing you know, you're going crazy because you thought Shawn's won the title. And you hear Eric Bischoff saying, the winner of the match, and still World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. You're like, what the fuck just happened? You're like, well, Shawn, Triple H's shoulders wore down for the count. Several years, and that makes it a draw. So Triple H is still the champion. And then it made you so let down because you hated it so much. Shawn punched Bischoff, and then he fired Shawn. You're like, what the fuck? I mean, you tuned in every week to see if he was going to either get his ass kicked, what he was going to do next. I mean, you tuned in and made sure that Raw was what you was watching every Monday night because of him or because of something else. I mean, some of the greatest matches of all time was created by Bischoff in WWE. He just made stuff so unpredictable, and I loved it. And WWE is lacking a lot of that, of the unpredictability. I predicted a lot of stuff in the WWE. I predicted Paul Heyman's heel turns. The minute he stepped into the ring with CM Punk, I was like, oh, he's going to hit him with the ladder and turn heel. I predicted the Triple H heel turn and Orton heel turn and cash in at SummerSlam. As soon as he stayed in that ring for long, I was like, yep, he's about to turn on Daniel Bryan and give him a pedigree. I get tired of predicting stuff. Just because we predict stuff don't mean we're smart. Like I've said in many of my other videos, we don't like to predict stuff. Quit being predictable, WWE. Quit it. So, in conclusion, I think the best way to go about everything, bring back Bischoff. We want Bischoff. We want Bischoff. I mean, anybody who doesn't want Bischoff is stupid because he could bring him back a lot more unpredictability. And hell, he probably has more ideas that he can put in that head of his since he's been gone. And he could fucking just be great with stuff. And the way they fired him was even great. Like, they had a court kind of trial and everything, and as soon as they found him guilty, they fired him. John Cena threw him in the fucking back of a dump truck and took off. I mean, what a way to go out. I mean, it was great. And, oh my God, some great moments he had with Austin when there was 50-50 co-GM. Oh my God, that was amazing. Remember the Texas Decathlon? It had fucking Bad Blood. They had a fucking pie eating contest, singing contest, pick pin fun. Oh my God. And when he got fucking Austin, when he got Bischoff drunk and ate a bunch of stuff and ended up throwing up all over the fans. Oh my God, it was incredible. Them going back and forth with each other. Him stunning Bischoff so much. They had so much fun together. Especially with their chemistry from back in WCW when Bischoff fired Austin because he was injured and all that. I mean, it was great to see how they was going to coexist and everything. I mean, some of my favorite moments in WWE was with Austin and Bischoff being co-GMs and just going at it. Head to head, tooth to nail. Oh my God, it was crazy. I mean, most people, if you're a true wrestling fan, you would have thought that was a great segments all the time. The ATV Austin drove out. Always undermining Bischoff's decisions. If he didn't like it, he went out there and just say, oh, no, Bischoff, I changed the match. He'd always talk shit about Bischoff. Oh, you always come out here bitching, whining, pissing, and moaning. It was great. Always cutting him off. Always messing shit up. Oh, he made Bischoff's life hell. And it was something that you wanted to see every night. It was like a reincarnated Vince and Austin kind of deal, but on a little lower scale. But it was still funny. It was still entertaining. I mean, who else would have thought that was boring? I don't know. Anybody who thought that was boring obviously doesn't know how to fucking have a good time, apparently. I mean, each and everything they did on Raw, it was so memorable. I remember the first night Austin was announced as the co-GM. Lenny McMahon comes out there. You've been kind of taking advantage of Raw. So what we're going to do is we've hired a person that's going to share your GM duties on a 50-50 base. So without any further ado, please allow me to introduce you to the new co-general manager of Raw. Whoosh, the glass breaks, the fans go absolutely nuts and go crazy. And Austin does the same thing he always does. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stunner, boom, bam. And then they ended up all coming at it at Survivor Series. Austin had a team, Bischoff had a team. If Austin loses, he would be fired. Austin ended up losing. He cut a promo saying, I started my career in Dallas, Texas, and what a way to go out as having it ended right here in Dallas, Texas. And he left, but he ended up coming back more times after that. But like I said, Eric Bischoff brought great unpredictability to WWE, and we need that again. So bring back Bischoff. Alright guys, well, I'm out of time for today. Tune in next week. I'll post another video. Comment below if you got any feedback. If you want to ask me about something, go for it. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Chicago Show Off. I'll post a link in the description. If you got any topics, shoot me a topic, whether it's on Twitter or in the comments below. If you got any things you want to talk about, feel free. I'm an open book. I love wrestling, guys.